Communities across the country, they were always there, and then they were gone. Accused, interrogated, incarcerated, sub-postmasters retreated behind closed doors to live with the shame. Parmod gave the post office his life.
Yeah, come on in.
And then they took it away, accusing him of stealing £22,000 from his branch in Kent. They had no proof, but he couldn't prove he didn't take it, and that's how the justice system worked for sub-postmasters. He was 42, he had a wife and 4 children, and they sent him to prison for 6 months.
I've lost my business, I've lost my work, I've lost my standing in the community, I've lost my health, I nearly lost my relationship with my wife. At the time, my daughters were 6 and 9, and they even questioned me, "Dad, have you taken the money?" But only recently, following the drama, which they watched with me, and then they apologised and said, "Sorry, we doubted you."
How hard was that for you to have your children ask you that question?
It was hard because I couldn't explain it. I didn't know where the money had gone to. I didn't know. More so, I feel empathy for my children because they've had to go through a lot. There was a point when I contemplated suicide on 3 occasions. But I'm getting over that, I think. I think I'm getting over that.
Parmod has been through therapy, which he had to pay for himself at great cost. He's still waiting for his compensation from the post office, but worries he won't live to receive it.
I've actually been diagnosed with cancer in late 22. I don't know about my own personal health, how long it's going to be, how long it's going to last, but I'm just taking it one day at a time.
This trauma isn't just about the past, it's about the present and it's about the future. The victims are still waiting for justice, but they're still fighting today for the compensation that they are owed. Almost 4,500 sub-postmasters like Parmod are still waiting for their full and final payment from the government.
And delays in payments have meant delays in some victims accessing the help they need. Tracy Merritt is one of 26 sub-postmasters interviewed for the Post Office Project, a study by the University of Exeter and University College London into the psychological impact of the Horizon scandal. Tracy ran 2 post offices in Somerset with her daughter, who we met last year.
I chose to buy a post office. I chose to invite the bogeyman into my house. They destroyed my family.
In 2009, they accused Tracy of stealing and said they would pursue Lisa too if she didn't plead guilty and cease all contact with her. She did not see her daughter for over 18 months.
They took away everything, absolutely everything. They took away the person I am. It's not only about, you've got no money to live on. It's about being spat at and being called a thief. I've got PTSD, so I need to be able to deal with that because that's a scary place to be. I don't want to live on antidepressants for the rest of my life. I've been told that I have to have some serious help, but it costs money, which I have to pay for out of my compensation, and I haven't got my compensation, so what do you do?
Do you think the post office should pay for people like yourself to have therapy, to have that support?
Yes. They played the mind games, they're still playing the mind games, they're still messing with our lives, so yes, they should.
Public recognition is not in question.
Mr. Bates versus the Post Office!
At last night's BAFTAs, sub-postmasters were on stage to collect 2 awards for the ITV drama of the scandal.
Mrs. Hamilton.
That's me.
James Arbuthnot.
But those who featured in the series say recognition is not enough.
The government or the post office or both should be paying for that therapy. The psychological therapy that the sub-postmasters and their families, and that's a crucial point, will be needing for a very long time, shouldn't come out of their compensation.
The government says victims are able to claim therapy costs as part of their compensation, but not their families, and not for as long as they need it. The Post Office says it's working to pay as quickly as possible and is sincerely sorry for past failings. But sorry is the easiest word, and awards don't pay the bills, and piecing back together lives lost to a scandal that was so needless and so heartless takes money and time that some simply do not have. Daniel Hewitt, ITV News.